far as the challenges are concerned, especially pertinent to water and sanitation, we called upon a councillors forum whereby the MMC together with ourselves make a holistic presentation to all the councillors that attended that particular meeting insofar as water and sanitation is concerned. And then we told them what the challenges are, what interventions have we got in place, what is it that we're going to do by when, and which project are going to be put in place. That's the first part that has been done. That is why we expect councillors as they go out to the communities to relay the very same message that we have given them, and also to provide additional support wherever they are short. That's the first part that we are doing. Insofar as additional planning is concerned, the Honourable Council has spoken to the IDP, which we have been party there unto. We have got sector plans that also inform that in terms of what type of projects, what amount are expected to implement those particular projects. And then from there it flows into the budget, and the budget is being approved by the municipality on the 30th of May, okay, where it shows, it clearly indicates which projects are going to be implemented. That is what the project that we are implementing in this particular budget here. From there, it flows into service delivery and budget implementation plan. That indicates the actual operational plan in terms of the milestone, the time, and the expenditure that is being expected over the period of 12 months. That as well, the executive mayor has approved, which is also has been put up on the municipal website for the public to peruse and also to monitor ourselves, so that as and when we report against those particular targets that have been set on that particular plan. However, safe to say that let's get to the question to say that how did we get here? What is it that we are doing in order to get out of here? And moreover, so in terms of the long-term planning for the municipality. First and foremost, we need to know that our municipality is an ever-growing municipality due to a number of reasons. The biggest one being the mushrooming and the informal settlement that we are having. We have got a total population of about 485,000, which is growing on 3.2% on annual basis that we are seeing. Projected wise trajectory by 2030, we should be in the region of about 700,000 people. During that particular time, some of you have been here more than 10, 15 years and the like. During that particular time, we formalized settlement, from informal settlement, from farming communities, from rural communities, and also in terms of people coming into our locality in search of job opportunities. Because of what? Of mining activities and energy generation activities that are taking place. Ultimately, as a municipality, we need to inter alia, house them, provide them with reliable services. But what has not been taking place is the following. We have had a situation whereby now there's been exponential growth in terms of human settlement, in terms of housing development, and then a deficit and lack in as far as engineering infrastructure is concerned. That's where the biggest problem has been. That's the reason how we got here. For the past 17, 22 years and the like, in terms of RDP development, we've had more than 17,000 RDPs that have been built. I can quote you about minimum 7 informal settlements that are currently underway. We've got Siyangoba, we've got Empumelelweni, we've got Duva Park Extension, we've got Masakani, we've got Paula that's been growing up there, we've got Extension 5 into Paula to Belitla and the like. Those are all human settlements that are growing, but unfortunately, there is no supporting infrastructure development that's taking place. That is why today we have got a problem across all the services, be it water, sanitation, electricity, and or roads, for that matter. What is it that we are doing? Moreover, you all are aware that that particular plant was commissioned in the 1956, built then and then commissioned in operation by 1962, our water plant. Its operating permit and design capacity is 75 megaliters. We are currently operating way below that, more than 10-15% on average on daily basis that we would want to be pushing out of that in order to help accommodate the amount of development that are taking place. And it can no longer take that. The design technology that is on there cannot cope with the type of mineral contamination that is taking place due to mining activities on our catchment management areas in terms of water supply. The raw water quality has deteriorated to an extent that the technology they cannot be able to cope with it anymore. One of the members here mentioned that some years back, his father or his husband used to work here, they used to drink water from the tap and the like. During those particular times, the type of turbidity, the type of dissolved solvent that we had in here are no longer the same as what they are today. Today we have got manganese that is coming there from the mining activities, unfortunately. Some years back, 13 years back, we had an outbreak of salmonella, okay? So due to environmental changes and the conditions that are changing, also in terms of the aquifers and global warming and all sorts of things, the quality of water that we used to get is no longer the way that we used to get it. Okay, that is the one thing. So as a result, we need to purify water to the levels that are in accordance with the minimum norms and standards in terms of your subs 241. That we have got to do. We cannot do otherwise with that. Otherwise, we're going to be closed down and or we're going to be shut. We're going to be locked up as officials because we'll be providing unhealthy and drinkable water to the communities. So that is the main reason why we got here in so far as water supply is concerned. Yes, indeed, in 2007, we then engaged the mines after a comprehensive study was conducted by, by the Department of Water Affairs then to say that in these mining and distressed municipalities, what is it that could be done in order to help augment the water supply over and above the run of surface water that we have. The main one that was obtained was the mine water reclamation because of the mining activities that we have. And then in 2005, the municipality engaged Anglo-American. In 2007, they commissioned that mine water reclamation. At that point in time, the contractual amount there was in the region of between 12 and 16 megaliters. 2 years back, it was increased from 16 megaliters to about 28. But unfortunately, that particular amount of water is not what we're getting into the system. I can report to you that currently, as we are seated now, the amount of demand that we have, given the current existing demand, is about 148 megaliters of water per day that we need. But unfortunately, what we have, considering all the water schemes that we have, is only about 108. So we are running short of about 40 megaliters currently now, to the exclusion of the future developments that we anticipate and envision to have in order to accommodate what local economic development. From the mining companies that we have, unfortunately, we are not receiving the amount of volumes that we have contracted with them due to a number of reasons. We contracted to 16, but on average, we're getting about 8 megaliters. As of for the August month, instead of receiving about 96 megaliters, we have received about 51, which is almost just a little bit above half of that. Hence, that is why we are seated in the problem that we have got here today. Another matter is insofar as that the mines say that at the plant that they reclaim and they purify the water there, they've got a feed water supply coming from their other operations, 5 other operations. So if they haven't got enough feed from those mines, then the production becomes low. And remember, they don't also get water from the municipality. They get water from their own operations and from the reclamation that they do. So if they produce about 10, they prioritize their operations more than they prioritize the municipality. So that's the main challenge that we have in terms of our water supply challenges. However, we then said that as a long term going forward, what is it that we need to do? We applied to the Department of Water and Sanitation to upgrade our abstraction permit from 75 to about 115, 100 and odd. That's what we're doing there. Then they said the municipality need to do something insofar as water distribution losses are concerned. They will tell you that the AG has said that we are losing about 47% of our water. Then we said in terms of technical, it should be about maximum between 22 and 25. Because they did not take on board certain other distribution losses that are there, like your inherent losses that are sitting at about 11-12%, and also those that we are using to purify the water, we are using in our own installations and the like. The same goes for electricity. So that is where we are seated insofar as that is concerned. We then said that about 3 years back, we commissioned this particular installations that we are seeing here. We're doing it in phases, in packages and the like. And why are we doing this over and above or vis-a-vis the conventional way of putting up your steel concrete water plant? First and foremost, it's immediate, it's cheaper, and we don't have that long term in terms of the time that needs to be spent. We have installed about 10 megaliters here. This particular plant here is on a rental basis. We did not purchase it, it's on a rental basis. So the 100 million rand that is being referred to is over a period of the contract that we have contracted to them. And that is on the production that they're providing to the municipality at an amount of, 4.75 cents a kiloliter that is being produced from that particular plant. That's the only thing that you are doing. For us to put up a plant, we need anything between 7 and 9 million rand a megaliter to put up a plant. But we then said that due to the easiness, the convenience, and the expeditions that we could do, that's why we're putting up there. We have recently extended it in November with another 5 megaliters. But the main reason was because that during the high season and then during the hot season, we have got a high ingress of contamination in terms of manganese. Then we put up a plant that will be able to treat that manganese content that is coming in. Hence, that's why we put up the 5 megaliters to do that. So that is why we are seated insofar as that is concerned.
Sorry to interrupt. Wasn't this the same story at the meeting in February?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Let me just interrupt you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.